Everyone knows silver is the second place medal, the participation trophy. You win gold, you're a legend. You win silver, well, you almost won.
Right.
But if you still think of it as just gold's cheaper, more volatile cousin, you are missing one of the most aggressive economic shifts we've seen in years.
It's definitely time to retire that old image. Silver isn't just a precious metal anymore. It has quietly transformed into a critical strategic asset.
A strategic asset.
Yeah, based on the data we're looking at, some are calling it the new rare earth.
That is a massive rebrand. So the mission for this deep dive is to figure out how this shiny metal became the silent engine behind everything from solar panels to AI.
And why we're running out of it fast.
Okay, so this all comes down to a shift from what value to function.
Exactly. For centuries, silver was money or jewelry. But today, its electrical and thermal properties make it indispensable. We aren't just hoarding it in vaults anymore.
We're consuming it.
We're consuming it.
Right, because it's the best conductor of electricity on the periodic table. So I assume the green energy boom is driving most of this. I see those massive solar farms everywhere.
Oh, yeah. Solar is the beast here. Global installations grew by about 10% in 2025 alone.
And every single one of those panels needs silver paste to work.
Every single one. But it's not just solar. It's the backbone of semiconductors, smart grids, EV components.
So if you want a world with more automation and electrification, you need more silver.
Yeah.
Without it, the whole system stalls out.
Precisely. And that industrial demand, I mean, it now makes up nearly 2/3 of the total market. That's the critical stat right there.
Okay, but here's what I don't get. We're talking about silver, not some obscure element.
Yeah.
If demand is rocketing and prices are up, why don't miners just, dig up more?
Yeah, that's the logical question.
Basic supply and demand, right?
You'd think so, but silver, it kind of breaks the rules of economics 101. This is what people are calling the great supply squeeze.
The squeeze. Okay.
There's a structural problem. See, most silver isn't mined on its own. It's actually a byproduct. You find it when you're mining for copper or zinc or gold.
Ah, I see where this is going. So the miners are chasing the copper, and silver is just sort of the bonus prize.
Exactly. And that makes the supply inelastic. Think about it. Silver prices could double, but if the world doesn't need more zinc, a miner isn't going to dig up more rock just for a tiny bit of silver.
They can't just flip a switch.
Can't just flip a switch, so price doesn't trigger supply.
And that explains the deficit. I saw we were short, about 230 million ounces in 2025?
A huge shortfall, and you can see the market screaming about it. We saw lease rates in London spike to nearly 39%.
39%. Okay, for anyone not glued to the commodities markets, what does that even mean? A high lease rate.
It's basically a panic fee. It means manufacturers and refiners are desperate to get their hands on physical metal right now, not later.
They need it on the factory floor.
Today. When lease rates hit 39%, it tells you the warehouses are emptying out. It's a sign of, immediate physical scarcity.
So we have a physical shortage that mining can't fix quickly. And naturally, when resources get scarce, this is where geopolitics come in.
That's the next layer, and it's a big one. As of January 1, 2026, the game changed. China implemented strict export controls on silver.
Treating it like a strategic resource.
Just like one.
That feels like a deliberate bottleneck. I know they mine some silver, but isn't there real power in the processing, the refining?
Spot on. China only mines about 13% of the global supply, but they control somewhere between 60 and 70% of the refining.
So they control the tap.
They control the tap. By tightening exports, they're securing the supply chain for their own high-tech manufacturing.
Meanwhile, look at India. It seems like the entire country decided to buy silver at the same time.
It's unprecedented. In 2025, India became the world's largest importer. They bought $9.2 billion worth.
Wow. Even with prices nearly tripling.
Yes. People there are switching from gold to silver because gold got too pricey, but you also have huge industrial demand in India. It just added massive pressure to a market that was already breaking.
Which explains why global prices surged 138% in 2025. It wasn't just speculation.
No, it was a perfect storm of industrial necessity and empty warehouses.
So let's zoom out. Silver is no longer the poor relation to gold. It's the contested lifeblood of the digital and green future.
That is the reality, and here's the tension I want to leave you with.
Yeah.
The West is betting its entire future on a green transition. Solar, EVs, AI, all of it. But that transition depends entirely on a metal we physically cannot mine fast enough, and which is increasingly controlled by the East.
So what happens to that timeline for the green transition? That is the true cost. Thanks for listening to this deep dive.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.